Good evening, I am Tomas Guevara Calderon, and this is the channel Rewriting the Reality. Subscribe to this channel to understand how we create our reality. In the past weeks, I have been contacted by a few followers and they told me that what I am telling you is hard to understand. They said it is too profound. Let me tell you that this is normal. During more than 2,000 years we have been indoctrinated by our religion and our science to believe otherwise. However, what I am telling you has been known for more than 2,000 years. The first person to explain it was Jesus, who most of you consider a god, but you have failed to understand his teaching. For example, in John 10 verse 34 he said that we are gods. I am telling the same. He also said, "For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." See Matthew 10 verse 35. But it seems that nobody understood it. He wanted to explain that all our beliefs are not truths. I know hundreds of people that believe that they understood the Bible and they are completely confused. The Bible is not a sacred book. It is only collections of essays put together by the Vatican to please all their enemies, in special the followers of Jesus. Today there are thousands of people that are profiting from the Bible, and they want to keep their status quo, because it is really an excellent business. The same is truth about the sciences. There is much of our physical reality that continues to elude us, for we continue to look merely on physical terms and not incorporate all that is available to us as to the aspects of consciousness, which are also a very intricate element of all our physical reality, but we lend energy in this direction within our experimentations and within our desire. Therefore, we are moving efficiently in the area of our intent. In the last episode one explained that our intent is not the same as our intention. Let's go further with this topic. Our intent is, in a manner of speaking, our purpose for being here in this reality and in this time. Noted that because time is simultaneous, we are also living in another time frames. This explains the well-known phenomenon that we call déjà vu and the knowledge of past lives. This be the reason that I have been encouraging all of you previously within all of your movements for they are quite in alignment with your intent and your intention, and may be in actuality physically expressed within this particular physical dimension, for you are offering yourself the ability to manipulate consciousness and express direction to these links of consciousness to be lending energy to your experimentation, and directing this through your physical time element to materialize your desires within your intention within your physical focus or life. The links of consciousness have, from the collections of ideas that I have presented, the ability to interact with other links of consciousness and form a gestalt of links, such as over 1 billion links forming an electron. They also can interpret our intention, and if it is in alignment with your intent you will create what you want. Therefore, they have abilities to look at our total, quote, psychological viewpoint, and then actualize and objectify a different result. The links of consciousness evidently have the ability to combine in infinite ways. This is one of the most beautiful of creations. It is the pervasive element throughout all of creation. The science community doesn't know it yet, however they have theorized the existence of the Higgs boson, which is formed of millions of links of consciousness. The Higgs boson, also known as the God particle, is a fundamental particle proposed in the standard model of particle physics. Let me break down its significance. Origin and naming. The Higgs boson is named after physicist Peter Higgs, who, along with other scientists, proposed the Higgs mechanism in 1964. This mechanism explains how elementary particles acquire mass. Here is my comment: a particle is supposed to be physical, ergo has mass already. It needs no to acquire mass. See the confusion they have. It's important to note that the Higgs boson is associated with the Higgs field, which permeates all of space. Properties. The Higgs boson is a massive scalar boson. Unlike other particles, it remains massive even at very high energies. Its mass has been experimentally determined to be approximately 125 GeV/c superscript 2 by the CMS and ATLAS experiments at the CERN Large Hadron Collider. Role in mass generation. According to the Standard Model, the Higgs field interacts with particles, giving them mass. Particles that interact more strongly with the Higgs field acquire more mass. For example, W and Z bosons, which mediate weak nuclear force, are massive because they interact strongly with the Higgs field. Photons, on the other hand, remain massless because they don't interact with the Higgs field. Discovery. The search for the Higgs boson was a major scientific endeavor. On July 4, 2012, the CERN announced the observation of a new particle consistent with the boson. Further data confirmed its properties, aligning closely with the predicted Higgs boson. In summary, the Higgs boson plays a crucial role in their understanding of mass and the fundamental forces of nature. Its discovery was a significant milestone in particle physics, shedding light on the universe's underlying structure. I repeat, these links of consciousness do hold the ability to interpret our intent and our intention, and they also are moving together in what we term within our language to be a certain type of gestalt. However, I want to offer you a slight correction, in that the links of consciousness do not hold thought processes as we hold thought processes. An actual thought process is a combination of links of consciousness. Therefore, they do not hold a thought process, but form a thought. If you are attempting to be interactive or connecting with a link of consciousness within your psyche, so to speak, or within an event of your own creation, be it within a meditation or an altered state, so to speak, or a dream state, you may be in actuality offering yourself information of these links of consciousness. But I express to you that the connecting with these links of consciousness to be understanding of them within your objective understanding, would be requiring that you allow yourself to be letting go of all that you know, and understand within your objective awareness, for they do not fit within our objective understanding. Therefore, they are entirely unfamiliar to us. I have expressed to you that these links of consciousness do dream. But even within the expression of the word dream, the action that they are accomplishing in this dream state is quite different from our understanding of a dream state, for the translation is very different. We translate dream imagery and activity into objective terms. In this, links of consciousness do not necessarily translate at all. They are translating directions as they are connecting with us, with our intent and our intentions, but they are not connecting with us or with our thoughts. They are connecting with our energy impulses, and they are communicating with each other through impulses, which I have expressed to you previously. Impulses are not thoughts and are also not emotions or feelings. They are different. In this would be the mode of communication that is expressed between links of consciousness. They interpret the impulses of energy that we project, and in this they form together to be creating our thought process, of our actual thoughts. This is the reason that I have expressed to you that thoughts are reality. They are not merely elusive elements that you may not attach any significance to. They are actual forms. They are reality, for they are an accumulation of links of consciousness that form together in responsiveness to the impulses that you are projecting to be directing of them, in like manner to the molecules forming together to be creating of a water droplet that I explained in the previous episode. This is quite a creative process, and quite intricate, that we have developed within this particular physical dimension. Other physical dimensions create some similar interactions, but this is not to say that all physical dimensions are created of the same process, so to speak. I have expressed to you that this particular dimension holds tremendous creativity. Other dimensions do not necessarily express the intricacies of this particular dimension, and in this we have created an availability within this dimension for tremendous usage of consciousness to be introduced into our physical dimension and introduced into actual physical matter. We may be manipulating energy quite efficiently within this particular dimension, with very many aspects of creativity at our disposal, in a manner of speaking. This is the reason for our shift in consciousness, to be opening a new door to our own aspects of creativity within physical focus. Let me clarify here that time does not hold its own thought process, but it has the ability to interact in regional area 2 for the objective regional area 1 to be materialized, because time is a dimension in itself and permeates other physical dimensions too. There is an element of our time which is interactive within the regional area 3 which is connected to the action of transition. There are also other areas of regional area 3 that may be interactive with time, but only those areas of this regional area of consciousness that are interactive or influencing of physical focuses. Other elements of regional area 3 which are not involved or directly interactive with physical focus are not affected by this time element. Time does not interact within the interpretation of our intent or intention. It is the links of consciousness that are interactive in this area of interpretation, but they are interactive with the element of time to be creating certain physical elements. Time have an infinite set of facets, more or less a facet with respect to every focus that is within this regional area 1, which is our physical dimension, because it is interactive with our perceptions mechanism, and our perception is influenced by our belief systems. Therefore, everyone holds different perceptions, and their interaction with the element of time is also slightly different. Although we generally, in a manner of speaking, may be experiencing what we think of as the same experience of time in linear fashion, in actuality, each of us experiences a slightly different aspect or expression of the element of time, for it is quite interactive with our perceptions. For example, we may be following the same linear calendar and we may be setting our clocks in creating of certain rotations and orbiting to be creating of days and months and seasons, but our moment-to-moment linear perception of time varies slightly with each individual, and our interpretation of time may be quite different from one individual to another individual. We also hold the ability to be manipulating the element of time and to be experimenting with the element of time, dependent upon our awareness and our allowance with ourselves to be open to the exploration of this particular element. Parallel dimensions are closely related in the element of time and its characteristics of blinking. That is why from time to time we experience what we call closed encounters of the third kind with our extraterrestrials. Remember the film of 1977 called Close Encounters of the Third Kind, directed by Steven Spielberg? This is derived from this classification. In the movie, the protagonist, Roy Neary, experiences a life-changing encounter with a UFO, leading to a quest for answers and understanding. The film explores themes of wonder, curiosity, and the possibility of extraterrestrial existence. Let me express to you that all realities are occurring simultaneously. Our attention may blink from one to another, but as it blinks, the one that you have blinked out of does not discontinue or disappear or move to another. The links of consciousness are infinite. Therefore, there are different links of consciousness that are creating different realities. They are not necessarily moving from one reality to another. Now, do not misunderstand. This is not to say that links of consciousness do not hold the ability to move from one dimension to another, for they do, just as physical elements within our physical dimension hold the ability to move from one dimension into another and return to their original dimension, so to speak, as within the situation of our experiments. But in the situation of blinking in and out, we are simultaneously occupying different areas of consciousness, different dimensions, and interactive within all of these dimensions. It is merely a question of the direction of our attention, but we are not necessarily entirely moving from one dimension to another, leaving one dimension, so to speak, and entering another. I have expressed many times previously that we much greater and vaster than we allow ourselves to perceive, for we view ourselves within a very singular manner, but we are extremely greater and immensely vaster than we perceive ourselves to be. In fact, we are gods, just like Jesus said. The activities in this shift we are experiencing are going to be incredible in relationship to this era of change. One of my desires in the last 10 or 15 years, because of the awareness of this information, is that my intention is that I am becoming physically capable now of living, I believe, until the year 2075 if I so desire, and this is magnificent. I believe that I am going to greatly enjoy the experience of this dimensional shift, and it is up to me, I believe, to carry out that intention if I so desire. That means that my intention is to reach an age of 123 years, that I know it is possible, because our body is designed to function very well for 300 years as average. I am encouraging all of you to be experimenting with out-of-body experiences, for this shall offer you the opportunity to validate yourselves, and this shall be your practice to offer you more mobility within consciousness, and as you continue in this area, you offer yourself more of an ease in movement into the investigation of other areas of consciousness in the direction of investigation and interaction and experience with probable dimensions and probable selves, which shall also lend energy to your creations within this particular objective awareness within your dimension. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel.